Hello, family. This is Marianne. I'm a little late with my live. I said I was going to go live at 6, which is okay. Um, I don't, probably people showed up and I wasn't here, but I'm going to go ahead and start it. And I guess some people can catch it um, at a later time. So, um, this time of year, crispy, cold. We're having a really frigid temperature in Ohio. We have snow, so we're definitely going to have a white holiday for the month of December. Like I said in my post, and I said to some of you, this is like my favorite time of the year. Let me see here. My favorite time of the year. It's it's this time of the year holiday. So a lot of you did reach out to me. A lot of you asked me, "Hey, Marianne, are you going to do a video on Mrs. Stack? You know, um, the court thing with Dr. Umar Lottie. You saw the video. Oops, sorry. Oh my God. I'm trying to. I'm trying to pull the. I'm trying to pull my. I think I'm trying to pull the live here. Just bear with me, guys. Sucks. I don't even know how to turn this on. I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of you asked me, um, are you going to do a video on that? When I saw it on Mr. Honors, I didn't understand the content. I really didn't understand. Um, Hold on. Okay, that's better. I didn't understand. Okay, everybody's on here. I can see everybody. Hello, everybody. Uh, Perfect. So I didn't understand what they were like. What point she was making with Mr. On. I knew she went to court, but it was really confusing. That live, and I didn't understand. You know why she didn't go with proper representation because she said communication or speaking is not her strongest. Um, I'm paraphrasing. I can't remember word for word. Is not her strongest attribute. So my thing is, it looks like she filed the proper paperwork. She paid that 45. I think it's 45, 46. Court fee to they went to court, but she showed up with no legal representation. So I was a little baffled by that. I didn't understand that. But I did receive a video yesterday, and I sent Lene um, a message. I sent her a message. She hasn't got back to me yet. She probably haven't seen the message yet. I've never met her in person, but we had one phone conversation and we had a few exchanging texts. Very pleasant person, lovely lady. So I'm not gonna share the video until like I talked to her. So in the video, it's different from her video. The video the person sent to me, it's inside. And I think the person, you're not really supposed to have your phone out. I don't know how that was possible. I think the person was able to get that footage because the focus was on Miss Stack. Because the bailiff was really, I don't know if it's the bailiff or the security guard, they were different, very angry, like irritated with her. And then they told her, it's not a circus, you need to leave. Like she was put out of the courtroom, and then she was like, yes, sir, yes, sir. What did she said something else? Yes, sir. But stating that she's coming back for Umar or something like that. But So clearly the focus was on her, and this person was actually able to get this footage. And after she exited, you could tell Umar was gloating, just gloating, like he felt above, on top of the world, like he's smirking, just happy. And then there's a Caucasian gentleman. Now I remember Miss Shonda she said he didn't have legal representation. The Caucasian gentleman that approached her, not her, I'm sorry, approached Umar in the video, I'm seeing it clearly, gave him some paperwork. Um, Umar was looking at it, was talking with Umar about the paperwork. Like I wasn't getting clear audio what they're saying, but you could see the footage. It was like a little prolonged conversation, and then there was an exchange of handshake. That looks like to me that's someone who is an attorney. Now, what she has to understand, this man, he moved in silence. Like in the movie, I think I shared, I don't want to like hop on them, but in the movie, and I'm not bad mouthing them because Bubba is looking. I'm sure they waiting for me to like, she can't stop. Here she go again. In the movie, he wanted black attorney. He's like, no, you're not gonna have any white attorney portray me. And in real life, my case and Miss Stack's case was different. An official letter from his attorney was sent to me. They wanted to sit down and negotiate. I lawyered up, honey, because I'm not going in no space with Umar without no attorney, because I know what he's about. So when I showed up, just so you guys can understand, he had 3 attorneys. He had 2 with him because they were on a big screen, and then there's 1 in person with my attorney. 3 Caucasian attorney, and then on that Diaz podcast, he told you that black contractor couldn't do right by him. He went. He publicly said it. He went and he got white contractor. He made that public to us. So he'll talk black all day, all night, but when he's making his move, honey, he's getting white lawyer, he's getting white contractor, he does business white. But he'll tell you, y'all need to keep the money in the community, send the money to him, But so when she reached out, I'll discuss the video with her, and maybe if she wants, we could do a live together, and she can explain why they asked her to leave, because when the video started, it's with the bailiff being very agitated with her, asking her to leave. So that was that. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, the video Miss Honor did was confusing. They didn't give a lot of contact, but Miss Honor was just letting her speak. But she did say that's not her strongest point. So I don't know. Maybe some of you got it a little bit better than I did, and stuff like that. Now, I thought I'd cover that. I want to kind of discuss the holiday Christmas with you guys, because I got a lot of inboxes. People was like, well, this is more like conscious people, not a lot of you. How you posting a Christmas tree? They look for little things to come. You conscious. My thing is, I think I shared with you guys, I do have a Christian background. Now, I'm very knowledgeable about the history of Christmas, which, pagan holiday. I'm knowledgeable about that. But at the same time, being a Christian, I partake in the spirit of the birth of Christ. Now, any religious scholar would tell you that his birth happened somewhere midsummer. This is, factual. Like the research they did, religious scholar, they confirmed that the birth of Christ happened sometimes midsummer. And then, realistically speaking, when you look at, in a major frigid temperature, a baby, it just doesn't add up, because as woman, I'm veering off just a little bit, I'll be back. As a woman, when we're carrying a child, that temperature is regulated for that entire 9 month, same temperature. I mean, God's amazing. And then that child's in a warm, sterile, fluid environment. So in Western technology, when a woman gives birth, the child come into the world into distress because they're coming into usually the surgery room. They keep that extremely, I mean, healthcare, extremely cold. That's to control germ because germ, gravitate and heat. So that child just goes from one extreme climate to the other, out of the fluid into a dry air and bright, unnatural light. Where if you go anywhere part of the world, um, Asian, Indian, Black, anywhere part of the world which is not Western culture, a child is not delivered, you know, that way. It's more like in a more warm environment. And then when you have the midwife, it's a squatting position where Western world, they put you on your back. That's not the way a lot of foreign women give birth. Factual. So that's why you see people that get educated and, some of the Caucasian women, they're shocked, like, oh my God, my child's starting life in shock and trauma. That's why they get midwife, people deliver child and that, you know, in a bathtub, they squat, so it's not the traditional way. So back to Christmas, so I honor the birth of Christ, and so I partake in the birth of Christ. And I have 3 children. I think I shared with you guys that I was married to divorce. My children know every gift you see under that tree is from mom. It's not from Santa. I never teach my children Santa Claus. You know, I don't. And I think a lot of Black people, especially some of us that are not financially strong, you feed that Santa thing to your child, and you're feeding disappointment. Part of their culture, Western culture, you got your Easter bunny, you got your Santa Claus, and then if that person is six figure, like they have a certain level of income, they could say the child could say, I want a pony, and they can make that happen. They can make that expensive toy happen. Like, not to say we don't give good stuff to our kids, but I'm just saying, I never. I mean, if something you do it, it's okay, but I've never. My children know from day one, like Santa wasn't real, but I put up a tree for them. I put gift. Matter of fact, I got 3 trees up. I got one in the family room, one in the living room, which I posted. You guys thought it was lovely, and one downstairs in the family room in the basement. So this is the time of year that I really love, and birth of Christ, so I enjoy it. So yeah, so that's my take on Christmas. And also, not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday, we're doing the toy giveaway um, for the children. And I want to also say publicly thank you, because this is the first toy giveaway that I'm going to do that you guys, everybody that bought a t-shirt, the proceed I used to purchase the toy, which is going to be good, touch a child's life, make a difference. So I want to say thank you for that. Um, I'm looking forward to it. And usually I also do something for Kwanzaa. So that first wave is the Christmas giveaway. And then January 1st, I'm going to do the second wave, Kwanzaa celebration. We give out toy. Now, this is an interesting Umar story. Again, let me give you guys that regarding Christmas. When him and I, we were in connection. This is even before the movie was done. We're dealing with business. He goes, well, why are you doing Christmas giveaway? Why don't you do a Kwanzaa giveaway? I'm like, Kwanzaa. And he broke down Kwanzaa to me. I knew of Kwanzaa, but to be honest with you, I got the true understanding of Kwanzaa from him. Like he really explained to me. And then he goes, I want you to do Kwanzaa. I said, well, that'd be a great thing. We're merging together to do this movie. Why don't we do Kwanzaa together? You know, we could collaborate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And family, when it was time, can you touch the tree? Can I touch the tree? Yeah, I'll touch it for you in a minute. Um, um, when it was time for us to, you know, come together and collaborate for the gift, he ghosted me. Ghosted me. I called, I texted. I'm like, okay. So I left it alone. But I continue. I did, you know, purchase the gift. Where much is given, give back. And then he called me on the 28th, and then he texted me because I let it go to voicemail. I didn't get his call. And then he texted me on the 29th, oh, Queen, I didn't get your donation for Kwanzaa for FDMG because you know, he does a donation collection for Kwanzaa for FDMG. He does that every year. But I'm like, isn't that something? We're supposed to do this Kwanzaa gift for the children. He just, no explanation, just ghost. But he knew how to reach me when he needed that FDNG money, and I did give it. Till this day, I actually have the text. Back in years, I have a text from him asking for the Kwanzaa donation, and then had the audacity, oh, how did your Kwanzaa giveaway turn out? Like, you know, so that's how he operated. Okay, let me look at the chat and see if you guys have any questions for me. Hello to, it's my birthday. Happy birthday. Deepa's day. Today's happy birthday. I'm a December baby. My birthday is December the 20th. So on the 20th, I'll have a live birthday party. How about that, guys? And what else? Who else? Okay, people are just showing, hey, hi. Okay, they're just giving me heart. No one has any question. And what else I wanted to touch? Oh, the film is coming along beautifully. I have an interview that I have to do with the young lady from Brazil. I don't just want to get someone to do translation. I want us to get the nitty gritty, family. So that's the delay on that one. I gave y'all the Bubba interview, but let me follow up on that. So he had this interview here with me, which, you know, I appreciated. I was gracious and I said thank you. But guess what? So now this man abruptly stopped all his tour, but he's gonna make an appearance at Bubba's community. Ain't that interesting? I guess he was pleased with the way he handled the interview with me. Okay. So I'm gonna see if he'll invite me to that. But I did send him a text, and I sent him an email. He did respond graciously. I said, oh, so he's not making no tour, but you were able to have him come to your community. Oh, yeah. He gonna try to do, you know, a talk for Kwanzaa. Okay. So I guess that worked out in his favor. So let's see how that plays out. And also, the gentleman who'll be playing Umar in the film, I'm gonna have an interview with him. I'm gonna introduce him to you guys. So the film's coming along beautifully. We're in progress. Like I said, I'm shooting to drop it in February. I hate winter thing, but it's what it is. I just don't want to push it too much. So we have December, January, so February, I will do a premiere. I'll do one theatrical release, and then after that, I'll premiere it on YouTube. Yeah, but I won't do it like Awaken. So I mean, you guys, I'm a filmmaker, you know, and so, and what else? Anybody have any question for me? Okay, let's see. He should just hire whoever does the best job at their job. No, and that's fine. That's fine. I guess you're making that statement regarding Umar. That's fine. You should hire whoever performs the best job. But my thing is, when we were filming with him, he was adamant, I do not want a Caucasian lawyer representing me. I am saving black boys. I am a black leader. The way you portray me is important. But in real life, you're that Pan-African pro-black, and in real life, you got 3 attorneys that were Caucasian, not one. When he settled with me, family, I just want you guys to understand that he settled with me with 3 Caucasian attorneys. And then, like I said, Lene said he didn't have on honor show. If I heard correctly, please correct me in the chat if I misspoke here. She said he didn't have no representation. When that bailiff said the bailiff on the video is like, this is not a circus. You need to get out, leave. Like they're putting her out. And then she's like, yes, sir, yes, sir. And then she utters something to Umar, like she's coming back or some other job. I don't know. And I did leave her a message because I'm curious just to understand, because the video came in at the commotion. So I don't know what content she was saying to him, So she said he didn't have an attorney. Again, when that Caucasian man approached him after they had her exit, that appeared like an attorney to me. Right? Bailiff, they give you paperwork, ain't no prolonged conversation, there's no shaking of the hand. And then he did a kind gesture where he kind of tapped him on the shoulder. That looks like an attorney to me. I may be wrong, but that appears like that was his attorney. What I don't understand, why would she not go with legal representation? So I don't know, Ms. Shauna didn't ask him that, but I think that's something I would ask her, like what happened? Why did you feel confident to go in that space without legal? We know this man is like a big con artist. So yeah, you could hire whoever you feel is good at a job. The point that I'm making, he puts this face like he tells you, yo, support black this, black that, but he's moving with people that are non-black. You don't take money for a community, talking about you building a school for all black boys, and then you want to keep the money in the community. I may be wrong, I have a hard time believing he wasn't able to find any qualified black contractor. You guys may not like what I'm saying. I have a hard time believing that. You mean tell me in this country there's not one black contractor that could have done right by him? No, I'm having a hard time believing that. So yeah. Okay, what else? I think no one's asking a lot of question, but anyway, what else? I touched base with Christmas. I told you guys about the giveaway that I'm gonna do. So I'll bring pictures. I love to post pictures. I'll post pictures with giving the kids giveaway. So not this weekend, following weekend will be the distribution of toys, and then January 1st will be the Kwanzaa distribution. I'm not sure where I'm gonna do it because the last place I did it, I showed up, I wrapped up all the gift. They were in Christmas paper, and she was like, we conscious. You can't come up here with Santa Claus wrapping papers. Just no Christmas paper. And it was like 30 gifts. So my responder, I said, no disrespect, Queen, but it was 2 glasses of wine that I wrapped up those 30 gifts. So we could either put them back in the trunk or you can get somebody to unwrap them, because I'm not gonna like unwrap 30 gifts, And then she did get someone to unwrap the gift. So we passed those out. But I'm still gonna wrap them, but not with traditional wrapping paper. What I did do, we have a grocery store called Heine in Ohio. I've been collecting like the brown bags, and that's what I'm wrapping them up. And then I'm garnishing it with beautiful ribbons, and that way. So, and then I found at the craft store at Michael's, I got some African kind of ribbon thing. So I'll put them all in the brown bag. So I'll bring photo for the toy giveaway, and I'll bring photo for the Kwanzaa giveaway as well. Um, you know, touch a child, make a difference in a child's life. It's a beautiful thing to do. All right, I'm getting some more good. I really don't think he likes or respect black people. You know, yeah, I kind of agree with you on that because publicly he was like, I don't care what y'all think. Like I thought that was disrespectful. You can't target a community that you're asking for money, who's giving you money, and at the same time your tone is disrespectful, it's condescending. So yeah, he like I told you guys, I don't understand how he operates, I don't understand how he moves. Um, he doesn't look for anyone. One who's offers service for a fee, he blocks them. Yes, yeah. We got an example of that with the desk guy. My thing is, I'm telling you guys, and you know, this is my opinion. If that guy told him, I'm bringing those desks, gave him a time and date, he would have been there for those days. What I think what killed the destiny, the man asked for fuel money. He's not Umar don't rock like that. He's a taker, not a giver. You asking for fuel money, and then some of y'all are like, well, why? Somebody did. I read that in I think it was in honor somebody in the chat, but well, why is he asking for 1,500? Listen, I know of a truck driver that my sister dated. He has his own truck. It takes 1,200, sometimes 1,300 just to fill up that truck. It's not a car. Where you know my Beamer, it takes me like $70 because I'm putting a higher premium to fill. Some of you 40, 30, but that truck is a different beast, you know, those 18 wheeler. So all he asked, look, hey, buddy, I'm coming to you, making a trip. I'm bringing you something that's going to benefit you in the school. He was just asking fuel to come and to leave. I don't think he was being unreasonable. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't rocking with that. And then I'm guaranteeing you, if that man did not ask for fuel, he would have showed up with those desks. He wouldn't even help him unload. I'm telling you guys right now, he wouldn't even help him unload those trucks. This man don't work. He don't work. He wants to be catered like a king, you know? So bless Marianne in the chat. Thank you. Um, what's wrong with traditional wrapping paper? Nothing is wrong with traditional wrapping paper. I pointed that out because I did a giveaway at a conscious space. It was a Kwanzaa event. And I had traditional wrapping paper, and they were telling me no, because on the paper, I think it was sand. It was traditional wrapping paper. They weren't filling it. So my response to her, either you get someone to rip them off, because I think that day, a 30 gift. 2 glasses of wine. I took my time to. I enjoy doing that. I took my time to wrap the gift. So I told her, I said, you could get somebody to unwrap it, or you could put them back in the trunk, because I wasn't doing it. Like, and then she did. She had 2 gentlemen. They came and they went fat. They just ripped them, and then we handed the gift to the children without wrapping paper. But because it's holiday, it's something in opening it, and it's a surprise. So I go to the grocery store and I wrap it with that traditional brown paper, and then I put like ribbons, like, you know, like red bulb, green bowl, and like I told you guys at the craft store, I found some African kind of bowl thing, like, you know, just to make it fun for the kids. So no, there's nothing wrong with traditional wrapping paper. I was just like, I'll bring that. He is 51-year-old baby. Um, Umar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess he's 51. I really don't think he. Yeah, I read that already. While wrapping paper gift is labor intensive, And yeah, and then that's why like she kind of offended me. I mean, I got a lot of other conscious outlet to bring the gift to. I just felt like she could have, her tone wasn't nice. You know, she could have said, well, we're not comfortable with the wrapping paper. With all due respect, it was nice of you to do. Is it okay if I was like, well, you need to, she was asking me to, I'm like, no, put them in my car, back in the trunk, or get someone, or she could do it. And yeah, they did it. So that's the point that I was making. What else? What else? Oops. Got a chat. Hold on, I'm gonna read one more. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta get back in here. Okay, here, I'm back. I accidentally knocked the live out. It's buffing. Okay, how do you get the city of Philadelphia to do wellness check on Umar's mother and get them to break down the door? We know Umar won't answer the doorbell. Well, um, he said someone did call and they did do a wellness check for his mom. But I can share with you guys, when he was on my page, when I went to the police station, I wasn't able to get a restraining order. I did make a police report. See, the way police officers work, they like to build stuff, um, and they're like, if something escalate after this, you have the report, we can move forward with it. Again, when he made the threat, um, with my attorney, we went back to them. There's a thing, a police can reach out, say, hey, we're giving you a warning. We're letting you know this person has shared with us. So the police from his thing, they paid him a visit because they follow up with me. He did come to the door for that. And of course, he's going to lie, well, no, I don't know what she's talking about. It wasn't me. So they're like, okay, she did a police report on you. We're having this. You need to like back off because, this continue, this escalate, it's going to be a legal problem for you. So I think for a wellness check, I think I mean, he has sibling. I don't understand how his sibling, this is their mother as well. Like, as your mother, they have right. These people have more power to actually get someone in there to see how mom's doing. You know, I just don't understand that the dynamic of that relationship. And I really believe Omar has taken, this is my opinion again, I think he has taken over taking care of that mom because he's control. Whoever is that guardian for that aging parent, you're in control of that finance. So if this woman is receiving some kind of social security benefit, is receive, I don't know career wise what she did, if she has a pension or she has some kind of retirement. He's the primary caretaker, so he's controlling that financial money, to take care of her. And if she's getting like SNAP, um, um, he's controlling that. So I think this man doesn't work. I was shocked, like when I learned that, from Luana. He's unemployed, so the mom is a financial mean for him. What I don't understand, he got sisters. It's your mother. Like there's family court to say, hey, yes, he's the primary caretaker. He's taking care of mom, but we have some concern. They will step in. So I don't understand the dynamic of the sibling and him. Like, why is this going so long? And then he went all the way to Brazil, family, all the way to Brazil. He was there for 8 days. 8 days. So you're in Brazil for 8 days. Who's with mom? This woman required 24-hour care. Who's with mom? Because when he came when he came to do the movie, from what he explained to me, he gets an aid that comes, like they do like a 12-hour increment. He gets one that comes from the morning, and then one that comes and change. And on the weekend, he gets it. They don't do 12. It's like on an 8-hour thing, because while he's on set, he was checking at the end. And, he checked, you know, talked to these aides, and sometimes very, very poorly. We got that on video. And then, so the reason he wanted to sit down and have this settlement with me, it's because when you're on set, when you're on a film set, we, cut, camera's supposed to go out. Sometimes these camera, footage are being recorded. So when he's on we caught ugly behavior, the way he didn't talk properly, and then we caught personal thing where, you know, ethically, ethically, I understand what they're saying. I bring that to you guys raw. Yeah, it's exploiting them. The way they word it. I get it. But that's why I can make a film. But that's what the payments are. You can't bring. Now he came in and did a film with you. He was in agreement with you. Now you're exploiting if you're showing these raw footage. And I'm gonna give you that Diddy document, that 50 Cent did it. That's crazy. See, I don't have 50 cents money, but again, like, I'm wondering, will his family, or when he get, like, will a lawsuit follow? Like, how did he get those footage? So when it's a big buzz within the indie community. I had one of the cinematographers, and I said, look, we take these footage. See, me, when I film with them, when we're done, I collect footage. I don't let my footage go with the cinematographer. I take that immediately after each shoot, immediately. And then the footage is with me until we sit with the editor. That's a different process. So clearly, he had a cinematographer film this. So Diddy, the way, as a filmmaker, the way I was looking at that documentary, it looks like this man was trying to make a documentary for himself. And it looks, my filmmakers are like, this man didn't get paid. This is valuable footage that he have. We're talking about Diddy. This man, I don't care what y'all say. He's a pop culture icon. So somebody, 50, got the money, and they bought that footage, and that's crazy. I don't know if some of you seen it, but I was like, wow. Like, so when I got that official letter from his attorney, that's for me not to bring footage that I have from behind the scene when we were filming Awakening, because he felt uncomfortable with those being leaked out publicly. This man guards his appearance, his reputation. You know what I'm saying? He acts one way with you guys, talk one way with you guys, but honey, he's living totally differently. He's walking totally differently. So, okay, Diddy did a Umar. He don't pay. Yeah, he didn't pay the cameraman. Yes, that's the buzz within the indie world. So this cameraman, he got paid. You better believe, before, you know how many people would have paid for that footage? You better believe 50 paid. Spike probably would have paid for that footage. You better believe 50 paid some money. That man didn't let them exploit him. But what I don't understand is why that cameraman wants his identity to be, I guess, did he know who he is? So, I wouldn't want my identity to be concealed, because now, I mean, the footage, they were shot pretty well, nice angle. So a lot of people, that would bring more work. So who knows? Who knows? Very interesting. Okay, what else? What else? He didn't pay. Yes, he didn't pay. He didn't pay. Everybody is cracking up on that. They enjoy that. Yeah, he didn't pay. So, but I invite you guys to go look at that documentary. Very, like, wow, like, oh my God, like, why? And then when I was looking at the documentary, it was like, Umar. I thought about him when I said, like Umar, let me rephrase. When we were gonna make the film, we had an actor to play him. This man was adamant to play himself. Adamant. Nah, ain't nobody good enough. Like, he's so above it all. No one was good enough to portray him. He's like, nah, it gotta be me. You're not gonna find nobody. It's gotta be me. And then as a producer, look, I was like, what do you mean you want to play yourself? Like, I ate it up. I'm like, well, this ain't a bad deal for me on my end. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I ate it up. So the fallout I had with him, I don't know if I made it clear. The fallout, we were cool. It's when he's like, he wanted the footage. And I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. We had a contract. We're going to proceed the way we agreed to proceed. And he's like, listen, you give it to me. I got connection. And he probably does. He sits on very high profile. He told me he had connection. He told me, hand him the movie. He's going to get distribution for the movie. He's going to get it in the right hand. He's going to premiere the movie and he'll pay me. And my thing is like, you didn't give me a penny. You didn't contribute a red cent. And I'm not even making this up. This is factual, fam. He didn't contribute a red cent to make this film. And he wanted me to just hand it over to him and he would pay me. Does that make sense? Tell me if that makes sense to any of you. Does that make sense? Marianne, do you think Umar's not getting to St. Paul School had negative impact on his mental faculty? I don't know. I think whatever building he would have obtained, and looking now, I don't think he actually had intention of opening a school. And if he did, I just don't think he did. Or if he did, if I misspoke, God forgive me, I think he took on a task that's way above his head, way above his head, family. Because, like, when you look at the school, so he kept telling all of us, school's gonna open, school's gonna open. How it? I did my research. Teachers, any of you who know a teacher or reach out to your child's teacher, teachers have to turn in their curriculum a year, like the summer before that school year, for it to be revised. Because you're in that classroom privately with these children. They need to know, even though there's a curriculum you have to follow, they need to know every little plant, every little craft. They need to know that classroom is control, and do something that wasn't in your curriculum. You could lose your license, you could lose your job. So he kept giving date, and this man hasn't hired one teacher, family. He hasn't hired one teacher. And then you got cafeteria people. He hasn't interviewed anyone that could be candidate for cafeteria. That's a whole department right there. That cafeteria, lunch, breakfast, that's a whole department. And then janitor, that you don't need the school to be open to have janitor to maintain the outside, to maintain within the building, putting bulb. Your janitor could be working before school open. Matter of fact, janitor are working year round, even when school. You still maintain the building. You can't even hire any janitor. Okay, and then school nurse on that he was talking about on that level, to campus. You talking about having 2 nurses on campus. You know, God forbid a child has an allergy reaction. God forbid there's a health crisis that comes during gym. Sometimes kids have these mermaid heart. They collapse before paramedic get here. You need someone in the medical field that can provide that first aid before paramedic get here. That haven't put together, family. That haven't put together. So there's so much. And counselor. He haven't hired any of that. I just want us to, we don't have to be scientists or genius to figure out. This man hasn't hired anybody, anyone. And then what I was telling to Baba, this is what frustrated me with him when we were having the interview. I said to him, listen, forget everybody else. Within the conscious community, there is not one family. I'm not making this up. I'm not being dramatic. There is not one house of conscience from California to Chicago to Miami to Ohio to anywhere within the United States. You have a conscious community, not one could vouch for Umar's team. When he gets on these video, he talk, we family, we doing this, family. Who is his team? Who is your team? You have to have someone on your team, a reputable person that could come and vouch for you. This man don't even have a secretary. Some of y'all got secretary that have your own business. Some of you, you have a small business. We have a team. Who is his team? Who does he even have a best friend? Does he have a friend? Is there a male counterpart that could come and vouch for him? And then romantically, yeah, he's connected with certain women, but you know, it's always a disaster. Like there's no accountability privately, and there's no accountability professionally. I'm just saying. I really don't believe he was gonna open the school. And then I can't believe I fell for the hokey dokey. I'm just telling y'all right now. I'm like, what? Sometimes I sit back, I'm like, what was I thinking? What did I miss? I can't believe I fell for the hokey dokey. And we still got people in the community that still like protect this man, that still like shielding this man. And that Bubba, he played his card right. He played his card right. He came, you know what? And I don't care if he's looking. He came here and I think he wanted to show Umar, yo, I'm shutting her down on her own channel. I'm shutting her down on her own channel. But he got Umar to come. I guess Umar liked how he was talking. Now I'ma see, because I'm not an enemy with you. He's someone I deal with in the county. We're not friends. He's been to my studio because I had a ribbon cutting. He's been to the studio, and then I had a production drum thing I put together. He's part of the community. He was part of that. So it's like I'm gonna see if I'll get an invitation to. Now he was originally from Ohio. He's based now in California, so that's where Umar's gonna go. He goes where it's warm. He don't go where he goes where it's warm. So I'm gonna see how much he allowed me to be part of that. I don't think I'm gonna get an invitation because Umar don't rock with me like that. But apparently Umar loved his interview, honey. He loved his interview. He got something out of it. All right, let's see what else someone is saying. And let's see. Yeah, that Baba interview was disappointing. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. And I don't know if y'all saw how he tiptoed around every question. Where possibility, like I'm like, come on now, stop. And then he wants, well, I deal with other high end leaders. It's not, yeah. Clearly, after my interview, he reached out to you. Now you got him. And let me tell you, this is how it works. Umar, when he comes into a community, it brings money. It brings money. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't care if you got a little ringety community. It's not financial strong. You get a strong leader like Tight Nasheed. You bring them in one of the community. It's gonna bring money because there's certain people will pay. Sometimes they have these little lecture which is free, but there's certain key speaker you will have. People are paying to hear what these people got to say. And sometimes these lectures are 2 hours, and some community do it nice. After there's vendor, you could buy stuff, there's food. I mean, they're nice. And I thought, even if you're not part of the conscious community, I think as a Black person, it's a good experience just to visually kind of see it. Like for the Kwanzaa celebration where I'm going to give the kid, I'm going to videotape that to bring you guys a Kwanzaa service. Just to, because a lot of people, we Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa, but as Black people, to be honest with you, I didn't really know traditionally how that holiday, was carried out. Just like at home, you'll have a Christmas dinner, Christmas breakfast. There's a special Kwanzaa meal. They exchange gift at home, and then just like you'll go to a church, there's a nativity play. There's a Christmas play. Same thing with Kwanzaa. Beautiful. Been to a few. Very beautiful. So very interesting. Okay. How the conscious community deal with Umar as a whole. If so, that makes him conscious community look back. Yeah. I think he brought a very bad look for the conscious community. Extremely bad look. And I'm telling you guys, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. A lot of people in the conscious community are disappointed. A lot of people in the conscious community are disgusted. And that abrupt cancellation, you know, people are like, man, they're very disappointed. And I think, let me tell you, I believe in my heart of heart, I keep getting on here, I'm doing video. I think there's a lot of pressure. He was not going to allow himself to be put in a setting where he's going to be asked hard question. He's going to be asked question that makes him uncomfortable. I really believe that. I really believe that. And then the fading thing, he debunked it, and he knows throughout the community, he knows people know, like, well, wait a minute. But see, I'm telling you, in that community, that loyalty, I'm not lying. And that's one thing I love within the community. That loyalty. Now, y'all ain't seen no footage yet. Look how Lene was in court. I'm telling you, somebody sent me the footage. They told her, get out. This is not a circus. Get out. They put her out. After she left, Umar was gloating. They were so focused on her, nobody noticed this person was capturing what was happening. And then the footage she shared with us, that was outside the court. I'm talking about when things were done, and then she said, yes, sir, yes, sir. Like, you know, she wasn't being combative, like, I'm not going, like, she's like, yeah. But she had an exchange. So that's why I want to talk to her. What was that all about? What was that all about? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm surprised she didn't share, but she said, communication is not her strongest thing. And I think Mr. Honor didn't really press her for question. What I like about him, you come on this platform, he lets you express yourself, he lets you tell the story. So I think he does it that way, that format, so it doesn't look like he's manipulating the guest or he's trying to curve. Like, he just lets you, okay, and then he'll ask question here. But I think she was so not clear, it was just so vague. I don't think he had a lot of leading question, you know. I don't know. For me, like, the interview he had with it was really different. So I'm not gonna post the video. Like, if she want to post that video, I'll be more than happy to share it with her. Like, but you know, yeah, that was interesting. Like, this man passed out, and then none of y'all want to drop the footage. None of you. But what makes him look bad in the community, he publicly, I don't think that post was from Umar. I really, because following that people, that post that says debunked it, I don't think it was from him. Because I went back, I reread it 3 times, and it's not quite Umar's language. It's not his language. You know, when you know, see, I know him personally. You know, you kind of, when you know somebody personally, you kind of know their language. You kind of know, yeah, that sounds like something he would say. I just, you know, that's my opinion. Okay, what else we had? That was definitely a female who typed. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't think it was a, and then I told you guys, this is before the, I said, notice he's not moving the way he moved. Notice every little interview now he's sitting. You know, and I'm not saying that to be mean. He got a little health issue going on, but he wants to give you that I'm King Kong. He wants to give you that he's not, there's nothing vulnerable about him. He's not going to discuss that. You know, he's not going to put that out there like that. So, you know, so that's what he bad. He spoke, and the fourth person, yes, yeah, yeah. And then the problem, my thing is, like, forget the conscious community to Black America, because he takes money from all Black folks, not just the conscious community, all Black folks. Like, who's his team? Like, you have, everybody got a core team. Who's your team? It's like, look, family, I want you to do this is my spokesperson. This is so-and-so. This is so-and-so. Like, you know, let me tell you, in the community, every time there's something scandalous, they gossip about it, but everybody cover it. Like that conscious stripper. That thing ravaged through the community. First of all, they're like, all right, he's like, I ain't dating no woman if her hair is not natural. You gotta weave. I'm a snake. Just vulgar stuff like that. This woman, not only her hair was processed, not only she had dyed. It's like that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. He talks black, but move a different way. I just don't understand how he operate. He'll tell you like, all pro black and got a 3 white attorney. You can use any person you want that is qualified to do the job. The point that I'm making, he portrays something and he does something totally different. And then the Sulema thing, those two sisters are in the conscious community. Both of them very active queen, very active queen. You slept with two sisters. Now cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. They know about this. Now the dark one, that was the one he was romantically linked to, and turn around and slept with the red bone one. Like, cut it out. Factual, family. I ain't making this up. Now Bubba don't like. He's like, well, we tear people. There ain't no terror. It happened. Didn't it happen? How am I tearing them up if it happened? But you know what? Let me not say too much. I think I said enough. Definitely no CPR to be happy, and the problem, it's on him. Okay. Even most average people have a team. Yes, family, friend, some kind of support network. As unusual, no team supports it. And that's what I'm saying. Who is his team? Who is his team? Who do you guys know? Like, who is his team? Who's his team? Now, remember when Obama first got on the scene? Obama had this guy carrying the umbrella. This guy became famous overnight. Who's this gentleman going everywhere with Obama with that umbrella? Whenever there's a Farrakhan, when Farrakhan's delivered, we all know that handsome light-skinned guy who's over. He became famous because that's part of the team. Who is his team? Who do we connect with Umar? Like, yo, this is part of Dr. Umar's team. This brother's always with him. Let me tell you something. I've gone to a lecture that we put together for him. He's come to me. He don't travel with no team. There's no secretary. There's no my right hand. None of that. And that little dirty bag, his security is his gun. Umar strap. I'm telling y'all right now, Umar strap. Umar don't go nowhere without his gun. You understand? He's strapped. Okay, now he changed that little dirty bag. He got a man bag now. It got a handle, man. Like, yeah, but he has to have that bag. And there's nothing wrong. If certain men want to carry a man bag, like if I'm dating you, I'll be like, I'm babe. Like, I don't like it. I shouldn't have to carry a purse, and my dude's carrying a purse too. So in the man bag, and then he's serving entity. He's serving entity. And I explained the entity stuff to you. You got people in the community that does that. Okay. And when he goes, I told you, when we were doing the documentary, we went into his room. He set up his shrine wherever he stayed at the hotel. You know, there's a dry skin. If you go to conscious community, you'll see different things people have to buy for their shrine, like a dry, but it's treated. The chicken foot is treated. It's treated. And then he had a smoke stuff, like it's part of his shrine. Like, let me tell you, just like if you're a devout Christian, you get up in the morning, you have devotion, or you carve a certain time during the day to be in communion with Savior. That's the thing. People that serve an entity, they worship faithfully. They worship better than some of y'all that are saint. You understand? So my question, who is his team? Who is your team? Who can you tell us this person is connecting? And then all this time he's making video. Just bear with me. You could love him. You could be an Umar supporter. All the time he's making video. All the time. Who I see him with video? He do these little mock video where they're all in circle. They all uncomfortable. And they barely can talk. He does that once in a blue moon. But who is his core team that you can identify this person as part of Umar's team? It's not, family. It's not, unfortunately. Okay. Since Umar has a gun, how does he speak? How does he sneak in on the... I don't know. I can't answer that to you. I don't know if he sneak it. I don't know if you have a permit. You could get on flight with it. I don't know. But family, I'm telling you guys, when I opened that bag, there was a beautiful revolver in that bag. There was a sandwich bag with, let me show you guys. Hold on. So when I say sandwich bag, this is what I'm referring to, but it was slightly bigger. Not the gallon side, but the mid-side one. It had, you know, when you buy a whole chicken, you taking like the livers, it had stuff in it. I was like mortified when I saw that. And then there's 3 items in there. A gun, the sandwich bag with all the guts and stuff, and then a beautiful beaded necklace. I don't know. That I can't answer to you. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I talked about that little dirty bag so much, he has upgraded. He's up. Next time y'all see a video or next time y'all go see him, he got a man purse now. I was informed. He got a little man purse. He got a little handle. He's not carrying that little dirty bag. And then Jay Wade made a video. He just made a video. And when I identified that dirty bag, I was sitting right over there, family. Right over there. I leap over that table because my phone was sitting. My phone was sitting on the table, and then I start videotaping. And if you go back and look at Awaken, when that scene we shot at the African American Museum, he got on there with the little dirty bag. You run up on him, like I don't think he's a weak at heart. You run up on him, he's gonna pull his piece. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna pull his piece. Okay, he had that little bag, and then when we're gonna make that love scene, I told him, I said, it's awkward, it's weird. You can't go into this bed with this woman, you carrying a bag. And then he was so into the movie, he wanted the scene to be nice, and he allowed me to hold the bag. That's how I was able to go in that bathroom and open that bag. I'm telling you guys, I don't know that. I can't answer how he gets home flight with these guns, but I'm telling you what I saw in the bag. I'm telling you what I saw in the bag. And then a lot of time with him, if the commute is close, he drives too. Like, he don't fly everywhere in the United States too. Like, keep that in mind, you know? All right, let's see, two more questions. His brother challenged him to fight, and he pulled out a gun. I didn't know that. Yeah, probably can't fight. The big Umar looked like he could fight to you? Probably. Umar wanted to bring chicken gut and the bedroom during the no, I think someone in the community shared with me, a priestess lady. She said it's part of that entity worship. Like, different people do different things, you know. And I kept telling you guys, just like you know how Muslims have Ramadan, just like the Jews, especially if you live in Brooklyn, there's a period of time they make a shrine, like they built something on the fire escape, and they abstain from sex with their woman. Just like as Christians, sometimes we fast with a goon. I'm telling y'all, when it's time to do that fasting, they don't wash their ass for 2 weeks. Pardon my vulgarity. 2 weeks. Now, can you imagine grown Umar not bathing for 2 weeks? Like, they have to maintain poor hygiene. That's part of like serving that entity. That's part of it. Like, you know, they don't discuss all that with you. But can you imagine? And then sometime, I think that time when he got on that live, talking about his account was frozen, he don't have money. Look at him. He looked as so unkempt. His face looked greasy. I think he was going through a process of fasting through his entity. Just look at him. He looked in deplorable condition. And I'm not bad mouthing the man, but I'm telling y'all, it's part of that lifestyle, you know? So let's see, one more question. Other channel has gone over his discretion and it's garbage. Yes. And there's something, what I need you guys to understand, when people invite him on these platforms, Like if you have Umar, you're doing an interview, your numbers are gonna spike. Sometimes you're just talking about him and your numbers spike. You understand? And so that brings revenue, that brings money. So people look, what did they say? Money talk, BS walk. Like, come on, let's keep it real. Money makes the world go round and round. So his relevant is like when one is connected with him, when one brings him on this platform, they're gaining something financially. It's not like they're in love with Umar, they're at odds with Umar. So not to mess up their financial move. So they're not asking the hard question. They're not asking things that's gonna make Umar uncomfortable. Okay, one more. There was a lot of grammatical error and misspelled word. No source called. Yeah, I don't know. I saw that in that printing thing. I don't believe it was there. No way that this. What is that? What piss? Um, listen. I don't think it was Umar that wrote that, but even though he doesn't have a team, when he's dealing with a female romantically, I think he delegate tasks to them. Lene might be able to share more insight on that because my relationship was more like a business relationship. But because I remember when he was talking to Salima, Salima was the one who was doing the certain connection with his conscious thing, like setting it up. She was, everybody knew they were romantically connected. And then I don't know what happened with them, but when she was going saying, look, he slept with my sister, they fell out. Like he connects himself with different. And I was shocked, like if maybe she's feeling him. How your sister's coming around telling everybody you slept with? First of all, if I love my sister, I'm not gonna lay up with the man she's laying up with, and she's not gonna do that to me. That like even a friend, like that's like um not forbidden. That's forbidden, So I think once he's romantically connected with someone, he delegates certain tasks to them, and then if you observe him, he keeps his romance as private as possible. If Lene didn't come out, we would never know about that woman. Would never. And another thing, Lene, I don't know if she wears a perm, but the way Lene wears her hair sometimes straight, he's like, nah, I want it natural. I want it like, dude, you're so fake, like and the Salima girl, one got good hair like Becky, and the other one, when the dark skin, when we was dating her, she was wearing it natural, but when she was with Umar, honey, she was flat ironing that all the time. That hair stayed straight. Is after the breakup, she went like me. I bounced back and forth. Because as Black women, our hair is diverse. We can do it so much with our hair. You understand? Like, so yeah. One more question. They don't want question. They don't want to question him. Of course. No. Yeah. That I don't know why. I don't see Shay in here. Usually Shay has some good questions. um, he's very allergic to. Yeah, I don't understand that question. Umar creates drama wherever he goes, and the world biggest victim. Yeah, he's always the victim. He's always the victim. Somebody's always trying to get him. Somebody's always trying to do something to him. But anyway, family, I don't want to keep you guys here too long. I enjoy. Let's see one more. Umar stay in court. Umar stay in court. Child support, no license, and that's another thing. I he rents cars. I think you have to have a valid driver's license to rent car unless he gets some of his woman. Again, I tell you, when he's dealing romantic with women, he gets them to do certain things. When he came here, the reason that I rented the vehicle and I had someone driving around, that was like to protect me because God forbid he got into a fender bender. It could be a big liability for me. That's why I did it the way I did. Yeah, so no license, man. threaten folks, and the way he did Marianne is deplorable. Yeah, yeah, threaten me. And then he threats you in code. That's how he moved, in code. Like, he's moving in code. Like, so I don't want to stay on him too much, but that's more for you. But like I said, I send Lene a text message, so I'll try to reach back out to her because I'm kind of interested with that video. Like, what was that all about? Very, very, very interesting. Family, it's the holiday. Love on your children. Show kindness to other. Enjoy this time of year. We're coming to a closing. We're going to embark into a new year. I wish each and every one of you happiness and peace throughout the season. And I will definitely come back. I will come back on my birthday, and I will come back on maybe the 24th or the 25th. Like I said, it's my favorite time of the year. And I take the holiday in the spirit like we're honoring the birth of Christ. And then it's kind of nice at the end of the year, if someone is dear to you, if someone is special to you, you give them a little token. It's nothing wrong with that. And make your kids happy. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I love my YouTube channel member. And I love when I run into you guys in person. Any of you I run in person, I'm going to continue posting the pictures. Have a good evening. Thank you for you guys who turned in. And I apologize for being a little tardy. My daughter worked this evening, so I had to walk Buster, so that threw me like 9 minutes late coming into the live. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's more than that. Like 20 minutes late coming into the live. Thank you. Thank you. Much love, much respect, and happy holiday. Enjoy the season. Make the best of it. Marianne, bye-bye. I always forget how to turn this